Hi everyone, here is a part 2 of the video of along the St. Johns River in Palatka, Florida. What you're seeing right now is the First Presbyterian Church in Palatka. It has a bell and a clock at the top of the church. It was built in 1856. I believe it is actually the oldest church here in town, in the area, and it also has a basement underneath it. So that's one of a very interesting thing. Since we're right here on the waterfront, I'm going to turn my phone quickly, and I hope I don't make anyone sick here, so you can see some of the waterfront area. Oh, it's so pretty. And we have some monuments to our veterans and the men and women who served in the war. To the left of me, and you're not seeing it, and that's okay, they can pay for their own advertising. But we do have a new hotel down here on the riverfront, and it's very nice. I believe it's called a Hampton Inn. But this is a pretty view of the river. And this is a fountain area that's been around for quite a number of years. It's a pretty little area, and it's a memorial. There's a plaque there. Just a little bit about Palatka. What you're seeing in front of you right now, between me and the river, is a pecan tree. There's numerous pecan trees here along the riverfront. This particular area right here used to be a landing for the paddle wheel boats that went up and down the St. Johns River back in its heyday of Palatka. Palatka, Florida was known to be a booming area in its beginnings. A lot of northerners, wealthy northerners, came south and would stay here through the winter to escape the cold weather up north. So there was several famous paddle wheel boats. One was called the Ocklawaha, and we do have a tributary that runs off the St. Johns River that's called the Ocklawaha River. So if you ever want to look up any interesting little tidbits, you can Google Ocklawaha River and, get some information on it. I'm going to move on down the road while there's no traffic, and I'm afraid it's getting too dark for anybody to be able to see well. I'll have to come back down another time and do the rest of some more of this video, because it is very pretty down here at the waterfront. If you want a fast and exciting lifestyle, Palatka's not the place to be. We're a quiet, laid-back little town. This area right here has just recently been revitalized. It sat dormant for years and years and years, and it was literally just tumbling down. I'm going to try to get out of my car, or at least try to get you all some decent pictures of it. This is a building area that's right at the foot of our bridge, and as I said, it was literally crumbling and falling down. And for years and years and years, our city commissioners, and all the political woohoos had spent tons of money on studies on what to do with it, and finally some man came in and bought it, and he has rehabbed it and turned it into apartments, and he did an absolutely fabulous job. The buildings are very, very nice, and Oh my goodness. It had to have cost him a fortune. And it took him quite a bit of time to do it because they were falling in, like a lot of buildings in old towns across the United States. And Palatka is an old town. And there is the Hampton Inn, our newest hotel on the waterfront. And there is some more of the building. Very, very pretty. There are some retail areas at the bottom of this building that is available for shops or restaurants. So if anybody's interested, you could probably call City Hall in Palatka, Florida, and they could tell you who to get in touch with. This is our downtown area, the old downtown area, like many little towns across the United States. When I was a little girl, it was a booming place. But at that time, they rolled the sidewalks up at 5 o'clock, and the sidewalks still get rolled up at 5 o'clock. We have, Walmart came into town, and we had a mall for many, many years, and the mall hurt our downtown area. But we do have a lot of historical buildings in the area and historical homes, and we have tons of murals. And they're nicely done. Whoever they got to do them, they did a nice job. We have some restaurants, we have some little bars, we have churches. For the most part, it's there's a lot of retired people that come to this area. We have some beautiful areas in our county. This, let's see if you can see that building there. That's our courthouse. In the early heydays of Palatka, on that spot stood a huge wooden hotel that was big enough that it had actually 500 rooms, hotel rooms in it. And there was a huge fire in Palatka, and that hotel and half of the town burnt down. So the hotel was never rebuilt, and our courthouse sits there now. We are trying to revitalize the area. If like every other little town across America, it's had its ups and downs, and we're hoping that it will have its up days again soon. This little building right here was rehabbed, and that was where our Gray House bus station was at years ago. We have a Dairy Queen still downtown. It's the original Dairy Queen that was here when I was a very, very little girl, when my parents first moved to this area back in 1960. So that's kind of cool. It's been here a long time. Alright, I'm going to cut this off now, and I'll show you some more one day. Y'all have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.